Okay, quick thoughts on the Voyage of the Demeter. Spoiler warning. So, if you don't want the movie spoiled, turn this off and go see the movie if you can. Quick thoughts. Well, the cast is good. Liam Cunningham is really good. The man is always good, and I think he might be my favourite character on it. Has its problems. I think the one thing is with the blood transfusion, because it's a good thing they got the right blood type without knowing if it would have worked or not. And the fake out scares are kind of lame. If you're going to make me jump, really commit to it. Which comes to Dracula, because there's times where he fakes out. Like when the target's turned round, he'll disappear for no reason, when he could have just fucking pounced on them anyway. And it's very smart that he goes for the livestock first, because he has to keep the crew alive, but he does go through nearly all the livestock very quickly, which probably might not be smart, but then again, in some lore, feeding on animals doesn't always provide the strength they need compared to humans, so maybe that might be the reason. I do like the atmosphere though. I like the fact that the educated man Clemens was very sceptical of any supernatural doings at first, while the superstitious men were right. And I'll give the makeup effects credit. Dracula does look very creepy, and I'm glad to know they only use CGI in places. Anna, played by Aileen Francois, if I'm pronouncing that right, is actually a pretty decent character. She's got this traumatic storyline, and she's not a girl boss. She never goes out of her way to make the men look stupid at her expense. She's not the most memorable female character. She is very likable, and I do like when Cunningham almost cracks over the loss of his son. She talks him down. Polka Dot Man, David Dasmashian, if I'm pronouncing his name right, but I'll call him by his initials, Double D, because I like tits. He improved as the movie went on, and I love the bit where, as soon as he accepted that his number was up, he was willing to take the ship down with him in order to stop Dracula from getting to London. And yeah, it's very atmospheric, it's very competently shot, well made, well acted. The characters are a little flat, but they are still likeable. I'm not really feeling the ending. I thought it was very lame sequel bait, and to be honest, Clemens should have died going out like a boss. And at first I thought Dracula might be the weakest thing in it, despite how intimidating he can be, mostly because I never got a sense of him as a character. He always came across a bit more as a feral monster. And at the end, when he's wearing an overcoat, he seems very different, like he might have some personality compared to who he was when we first met him. But after speaking with Blue Collar Loser on the Stupenzo stream, he did give this viewpoint that made me change my mind a little bit. So yeah, maybe he is a little feral, but he's weak at first, and the more he feeds, the more powerful he becomes in both strength and intelligence. And when we see him at the end, he's probably mostly reached that potential. But that said, when I think of Dracula, I always think he should be very charming, very seductive a little bit, then become this animalistic killer the next minute. So when it comes to Dracula's, Bela Lugosi, Christopher Lee, Max Schreck, Klaus Kinski are my favourite ones. And the Clemens racial backstory did come across a little mandatory. We need some wokeness thing because we have to, but it didn't ruin the movie, and it's nowhere near as painful as what we see in most of movies today. And we weren't seeing a historically inaccurate multicultural late 19th century Romania. But feel free to disagree on the racial subject here. But I did feel you could have made him a struggling white man anyway, and it wouldn't have made a difference. But that said, the actor Corey Hawkins does do a good job, and he is still likable. He does have some screen presence, and I hope he gets some decent work later on after this. So it's an okay film. Like I said, not the best, has its problems, but I think I'm looking more forward to Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. But it is a shame that this film is flopping, but if you have got no else better to do, go check it out. There's worse you could watch. And whether you beautiful bastards are Northern, English or not, thanks for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe. But right now, that's me done, and I'm off to the pub.